Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome onto my channel today, and it gives me great joy to observe you are viewing this video. I'm Dr. Lainka Conley. I'm a lecturer in the university. I'm a sociologist. On this channel, I do a number of stuffs, but all the stuffs I do, you can easily cluster them into four: sociology, research, relationship, and migration. And I drop one video on this as regularly, as consistently as possible. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly go ahead and click subscribe on the screen right now. Tap subscribe on the screen right now, and feel free to drop your comments and suggestions and questions. This is very important so that we can engage also beyond viewing the video. The title of the video today is Theory and Theory Building in Sociology and Social Sciences. Theories are very important to sociologists and social scientists. It's very fundamental to these areas of knowledge because they assist to explain, to understand and explain the social systems and the realities that sociologists and social scientists study. So the first way to go about this is to ask the question, what are theories essentially? Meanwhile, I have videos on this channel, on different types of theories: social action, symbolic interactionism, social exchange, social constructionism, many videos. And I have a video on how best to understand theories. So you have to view that video, and I have a video on micro and macro sociology. So you view those videos to understand this particular one very well. So theories are systems of ideas meant to explain social realities or phenomena. They are systems of ideas. They have been woven together intricately in terms of propositions to explain social realities or phenomena across different times, across different places, across different situations. And this is very important. And theories are based on principles, theories are based on propositions, theories are based on explaining situations. All theories want to do is to explain situations in a way that is coherent, in a way that is scientific. And these propositions are very important. The principles and the logic of the theories are very important. Theories are based on scientifically accepted principles. So don't forget, theories are systems of ideas to explain social realities or phenomena at different times. So theories, they are to project, they are not to predict. Theories are a step lower than laws. Laws intend to predict. Theories intend to project and explain. Prediction means exactness of A equal B, C must happen. Theories don't do that. Laws can be exact. Theories can never be exact. They are just woven propositions, woven principles, woven concepts, woven relationships to assist in explaining. So theories can project, theories cannot predict. Only laws can predict. And another thing you need to know is that theories can be true in some instances, but they may not necessarily be true in all instances, unlike law or laws. So theories don't predict. I've seen some books, I've seen some videos, some other things, materials where they're saying theories predict is very wrong. Theories don't predict, because theories are not matured enough to predict. Their theories are not mature to the level of laws. Laws are mature. So that's why you see laws in natural sciences, in physics, in chemistry, in engineering. But in sociology and social sciences, we have not reached the level of exactness or maturity where that's why theories can predict. No. Only economics try to have some laws, yet they will add ceteris paribus, all things being equal. And most times in human society, human actions, all things cannot be equal. You get what I mean? So you have to bear this in mind, that theories essentially want to project. And what are the characteristics of theories? Good theories. Good theories can be falsified. What does it mean? It can be disproved. Falsification means to be disproved. that means you have tested the theory and you discover that it's not true in this particular instance, and you're saying the theory is wrong. That means you are falsifying that theory, and you can bring an alternative theory. And at the same time, theories can be true in all instances where tested, but maybe not all the time. So theories can be falsified, theories can be true, theories must be applicable. That is, you won't be able to apply the theory into real life situation. And theories must be consistent. That is, you must know, for example, this is Marxism, this is what it means. And when it's tested in some instances, these are likely results. So theories must be consistent, theories must be logical, there must be logical flow in the argument and proposition of the theory. And theories must have explanatory capabilities. The essence of a theory is to explain. So when that theory then cannot explain, then it's not a theory. So theory must have explanatory capability and must be verifiable. Theory must be verifiable, must be clear. Though you say, some people say theories are difficult, that's why I'm making this video, to break it down. So, you say some theory, you have books, volumes of books on a single theory. They use big grammar. Not necessarily. Good theories must be clear and must be parsimonious. Parsimony. It should be brief enough. No, the brevity now is dependent on context and is relative. So, but theory must be brief enough, must not be unnecessarily verbose or voluminous that we are not able to understand it. So these are good, these are qualities of good theories. Now there are three types of theories by levels of analysis. Level of analysis means at what level do you want to analyze? Is there a grand level? Grand level as in GRAND, or at micro level? Is there a macro level, grand level? That's why you have grand theory, not grounded theory, grand theory. That's why you have micro theories. That's why you have mid-range theory. So you have three different types of theories based on levels of analysis. The first level is macro theory. The second one is mid-range theory. The third one is micro theory. So macro theories want to explain phenomena or social reality at structural level, at institutional level, at society, at big level, grand level, through the institutions of that society and how they affect the social phenomena, or through the structures of that society and the impact they're having on the phenomena of interest. So you have theories like Marxism, feminism, structural functionalism as examples of this theory. Then you have micro theory. Micro theories are interpretive, they are interactionist, and they are interpretative in the sense that interpretive theorists just want to look at the micro level interaction within small groups, interpersonal relationship, not at macro, not at institutional, not at structural level. They are at interpretive level, explanatory level, interactionist level, that is interaction within small communities and small groups. You have theories like you have like symbolic interactionism. Structural functionalism is macro. You have symbolic interactionism, and you have phenomenology, you have ethnomethodology as good examples of micro theory. So, and I have videos on this on my channel, on this symbolic interactionism, phenomenology, ethnomethodology, and other micro theory. Then you have mid theory that have been described as mid-range theories by Robert K. Merton. These are theories that are in between the macro theories and micro theory. You have examples like a structuration theory of Anthony Giddens, or you are an functionalism, the version of Robert K. Merton. These are mid-range theory, mid-theories. Then you have wide theory. There's this debate about we don't need theories in social sciences, we don't need theories in sociology. The debate trended at the point I didn't contribute because I believe it's just based on sensationalism. I don't work on sensation. I don't chase clout. I do what I do that I'm persuaded I need to do to be intellectual and to break difficult knowledge down. And that's why I'm doing this. But some say we don't need theory in social sciences, in sociology. Some say we don't need theory in any area of knowledge. We just need empirical data. But you cannot analyze your empirical data or interpret it or explain it without sufficient theoretical grounding. That's very important. So I do believe that we need theory in sociology and in social sciences. And I will explain why. If you remove theories from sociology or from social sciences, it becomes common sense. It becomes public speaking. It becomes oratory. It becomes just, scientifically nonsensical. So then you cannot differentiate what social scientists will say from what a random pure water or a market woman will say. So what gives us intellectual validation, intellectual pedigree, intellectual strength, intellectual relevance, intellectual elevation is the theory sometimes, because from the theory we can use the concept of the theory, relationship already explained in the theory, logic of the theory to elevate the argument and have finesse, and logic to what we're talking about. So I believe we need theory, because theory, one, will give coherence to what we are talking about, will give logic to our analysis, and will enable us to establish relationship. That's why we have theoretical framework to help us to guide our work. Theories give framework to what social scientists do, to what sociologists do, and it gives disciplinary identity. By the time I'm talking in a certain way within a theoretical perspective, you will know that a sociologist is addressing the issue. You know that a social scientist is addressing the issue. So it gives us disciplinary identity. It gives us, theories give us intellectual validation. It gives us common understanding of the issue that we are engaging in. And this is very important. It gives us framework for our analysis. That's why we have theoretical framework, like I said. It assists us to have a community of scientists. For example, if you're using Marxism, then you become a Marxist scholar at that point in time. And you get to a community, and that theories will guide your research at the same time. That's why you also, like I said, theoretical framework, it guides your research. From your theory, you get your variables, you get your concept, you get your logic, relationship, you get your background, and you get your direction. So theories give directions to sociologists and to researchers. If you remove theory from research, it just becomes operational research, which intellectually we don't resonate well. And theories guide research to be meaningful. It gives deep meaning, and it assists to organize the knowledge in a very coherent way and assists the interpretation. When you have discussion of findings, interpretation of results, it's theory you are using. When you say you have discussion of findings, what are you doing there? You are only using the theory, to interpret, to explain, to have a discussion with existing knowledge, current knowledge, and show the strength of your own work. So it assists your interpretation. It assists interpretation and construction of meanings from your research, because theory will also assist you to establish relationship among your key concepts, among your key variables, among different elements to create a pattern. So theory building. After we talk about theories, now let's talk about theory building. Theory building, is very fundamental. This Marxism, structural functionalism, structuration, phenomenology, ethnomethodology, social action theory, social exchange theory, social constructionism. I have these videos on my channel, many more. But all these ones, they were built. The word theory building is metaphorical. It's metaphoric. That means we are trying to compare the process of developing a theory to building a house. If you want to build a house, at least you will buy the parcel of land. You will get architect to help you draw the plan. You will have approval from the ministry. Then you will get masons to help you do it. You will clear so it's a process before you start building. So theory building, metaphorically, we're just talking about the process of developing theories. And this is very fundamental. It's a process of systematically developing framework. Theory building is a process of systematically developing frameworks for understanding, for explaining, for providing guidance, for projecting information about social reality. It's a systematic process of developing framework for understanding, for explaining, for projecting, social realities. So when you say you're building a theory, you're only providing a framework, systematically, in a rigorous manner. So theory building, sometimes people look at it as if it's so difficult when you say theory building and analysis. Then you are you are afraid. Especially probably you've been taught theories from your undergrad or from your under level or your first year. You are still struggling with understanding theories. Now you are saying theory building and analysis. Wow, this must be very difficult. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It just means it's a big word for simple thing. Theory building, I say, is metaphorically comparing the process to building a house. It must be methodical. So it's a process. It's a process because it's not an event. You have to follow different procedures. That's why we call it a process. It's a process, and I will show you this soon. It's a process of systematically developing frameworks for understanding, for explaining, for creating meanings, for creating relationship, in terms so as to be able to explain, to project cause and effect or cause of an event. So you can be able to say, okay, if this is this, this can be this within this particular situation. Don't forget, it's a systematic process of developing frameworks for understanding, explaining, projecting social reality. Don't forget, I didn't use predict. Don't forget. You can say predict in some books or somewhere. We don't predict human action because of the nature of what we study. If you view my video on to what extent is sociology a science, is sociology truly a science, there's a video like that on this channel. View it. I will tell you the greatest problem of sociology and social sciences is the fact that our subject of study is human being. So we cannot be so exact like natural sciences where they study inanimate objects. View that video on sociology as a science. It will help you. So because of this, we cannot, even theory cannot predict, except law. And we have not gone to the level of law in sociology. Laws of human action, We have not gone to the level of laws of human action. But we are the theories of human action. So, you now have, how can I always say, and the process of building theories, is very rigorous, like I said. It's very dynamic and it's very rigorous. Very rigorous in the sense that you can start. It takes you years to build a theory. I'll show you the process now, the stages. It will take you years from one stage to the other, from one level to the other. So, and it's a dynamic process that it can change and it's iterative. You can move forward, you can move backward in the process. It's not just linear. It's not one way. So it's iterative, it's dynamic, and it's rigorous. It's before they will accept a theory from you in the scientific community, they will subject it to rigorous analysis and ask fundamental questions from you. So what are the stages of theory building? Number one is observation. Problem identification. What do you want to use this theory to explain? Then you do literature review. That's stage two. You review literature to understand the gaps in theoretical knowledge that you want to fill. Then you develop hypothesis formulation to hypothesize the relationship among things you want to do. Then you develop methodology. What methodology do you want to adopt to formulate this theory? Then once you do that, you then start data collection, especially the age of armchair theorizing. What do I mean by armchair theorizing? Where people just sit in their garden, in their garage, after taking a bottle of wine or a bottle of, alcoholic beverage, and they start talking and proper. Karl Marx did a lot of that. Until Durkheim came during his work on suicide, and until Weber came in his work of Protestant ethics and the spirit of capitalism. These are people that gather data as things to prove their theories. Others, like Marx, Karl Marx, for example, they just did armchair theorizing. You cannot do armchair theorizing again. Nobody will take it from you. You have to show empirical evidence to support your theories. So you do data collection, then you do empirical testing about all of this. You use your data to test, and then you revise the theory in what we call theoretical refinement. So you keep refining. That's why it's iterative and it's a process. Once you develop the theory, you keep refining it based on new realities. And this is very important for you. Another thing I want to mention before I let you go is the methodology you can adopt. I mentioned methodology as a stage. development of methodology for data collection for the theory in the stages. Then what method can you? What are the methodologies you can use? Good methodologies you can use. You can use qualitative method where you collect textual data, pictorial data and archival data and some other method. Then you can use quantitative data where you collect quantitative data through secondary data databases, or you use questionnaire and some visualization method. Quantitative has gone beyond only questionnaire, let me tell you. So people don't just look when you say quantitative. So people think about collection of the administration of questionnaire. It has gone beyond that. Now there are visualization methods, there are all manners of methods that people now use in quantitative. But it just means that you want to collect figures, quantitative information. Unlike quali, they want to do maybe contextual understanding through some other methods of data collection, which may be in-depth interview and the rest of them, or observation. Then the third one, you can use mixed method, triangulation. Triangulation method. It's also, you can combine the quantity and the quality. But there are challenges of theory building. There are challenges. It's not so straightforward, because like I've mentioned, major challenge is complexity of social phenomena. Complexity of human action, human beings. It's difficult to understand human beings, and to now theorize them is challenging. Then subjectivity and bias. The bias of the theorist can also create a problem. The background, the disciplinary background, social background, economic background, the status can also be a problem. The subjectivity and bias of the theorist or the person that is trying to build the theory, and even the environment that the person is. Then you have also the capacity of the scientist can also be a problem in the capacity, because if the scientist is not so strong, sociologist is not so strong in terms of theory building, or the interest of the sociologist can also be a problem. If he's not interested in the issue, can be a problem. And this can also even create bias. The interest can create bias in the first instance. Then the empirical limitation. If the scientist, the theorist, have some empirical challenges, capacity in conducting empirical study, or then the resources can be a problem, can be a challenge in terms of time, resources, funds, to use to build the theory, collect data, and follow the processes. So resources, limitation in terms of resources, interest, and you have theoretical pluralism. That's the last point. Theoretical pluralism, there have been so many theories. So too many of them. Are you sure you're not going to be reinventing the wheel? Are you sure you'll not be saying what others have said? What is the new thing you want to create? You want to say through a new theory. Not that you cannot create one, but you have to bear in mind the theoretical pluralism and different perspectives, different angles, different issues on ground in that manner. So these are major challenges to theory building. But theory building is very nice. You can try and build one if you see gap, but you have to look for the gap. That's why you do the literature review before you build a theory, and look at these challenges and try to overcome them and try to build one. Looking forward to reading your theory. Till I see you in my next video, kindly click subscribe. Tap subscribe. Subscribe now and tell others. Bye for now.